This week, the head of Homeland Security reported that arrests of people entering the U.S. illegally across the Mexican border plummeted last month to the lowest numbers that they have seen in at least 17 years.
But there's still those willing to try, and Fox 21's Abby Burke has seen the signs of it herself. She joins us now to share what she saw when she was down at the border just a few weeks ago. Abby.
Well, Scott and Lauren, photojournalist Ray Harless and I spent about a week with a group known as the 3% United Patriots outside of Nogales, Arizona. There were several members of the group from Colorado, and they were there to volunteer to patrol the border. So we tagged along, and this is what we found.
All right, you guys ready to get it on today?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, here you. Yes, sir.
Before volunteer groups with the 3% United Patriots are sent to patrol the Coronado National Forest on their own, they're first given a lay of the land.
We're going to show you some points of interest. We're going to show you some rally points. So if you get lost tonight, places you can come back to.
It's the first time many of them have even seen the border fence. And for a lot of them, it doesn't live up to the hype.
Just a weird feeling like Mexico, you know? It's just strange how you can just hop it. There's nothing to it.
And it doesn't take long to find signs that some have done just that.
Here at this section of the fence, you can tell that someone's been through and that this piece of the fence has been cut.
This organization will spend 10 days trying to stop the flow of people and drugs from Mexico into the United States simply by maintaining a presence.
And like I said, Border Patrol wants to use this as a reference point. So anytime we're running from Lokiel to the Patties and you see a run come across, we need to make sure this is about almost exactly halfway from Lokiel to the Patties. It's called the Sanctuary.
Mine and Roughneck's job was to just observe certain areas and radio in whatever traffic we see.
It's a cat and mouse game between the 3%ers and the Mexican cartel.
We got a white gate following us on this trail.
A white truck with a camper shell.
Yeah, it's a Ford, I believe.
They turned around and parked. Oh, he's static now, but he definitely moved. Oh, they're moving again. Well, that is very interesting.
I would guess that we just messed up somebody's drop.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, guys, fall in.
Two different white trucks that would have been running into each other, and both of them made U-turns and went the other way. It's kind of weird you see out here all the time, right? You can only make an assumption of what it was. Also could have been somebody just stopping to look around like we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's nerve-wracking, you know. I think no worse than any other day, in my opinion. You know, you go to work, you go to the store, you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know, is somebody going to come in and rob the place and I'm going to be here?
It was dropped last night or this morning. Got fresh tracks in there. These are the straps for the backpacks. Oh, shoot. They cut everything off and threw them in the car.
Over the years, people crossing the border have gotten really creative with covering up their tracks. Take these, for example. They're like padded slippers with carpet on the bottom of the feet. Here's how they work. In this soft ground, it's really easy to leave behind footprints. But with these on their feet, they slip them over their shoes, and no trace is left behind.
But out in the forest, there's still a lot of signs that someone has been there.
We have done everything from recover packages of marijuana just left out in the fields to stopping runs. But we've also found lost migrants here, and when we do that, we've provided water, we've provided blankets. I mean, we still call Border Patrol, but we're not going to leave somebody just laying out here because they weren't a citizen.
However, the numbers have dropped drastically. The head of Homeland Security, John Kelly, telling a Senate panel that in March, fewer than 12,500 people were caught crossing the Mexican border illegally, compared to more than 58,000 the month before. He credited President Donald Trump, and some of the 3% United Patriots agree.
The previous 3 ops was extremely busy. We had drug runners all the time, illegal immigrants all the time, and now it's really backed off since Trump got elected.
Ghost, who has been on 9 border ops in the area, says these towers are all new.
The cool aspect of it is all up and down the fence here in our AO now, their money's being spent and they're putting up permanent listening stations with some very cool camera systems on them.
When we get out there, we're going to go roving patrols out there. So be ready to hump tonight.
To beat the cartel, it takes creativity and dedication.
Just because the sun sets doesn't mean that the work stops. Right now, everyone's gearing up for a night patrol. This time, we're headed to an area they call American Flag.
Crews are dropped off at various locations and patrol in pitch black darkness through the wilderness towards the border fence.
It's Mexican, a lot of Latinos drink that kind of juice.
During our patrol, we found lots of signs of people having been through the area, including trash, packs, and potentially directions.
Sure, it looks like some kind of marker, but it looks like it's in Spanish. That's a shirt or jacket.
Once all of the teams make it to their pickup locations, they'll head back to camp, but sometimes things go wrong.
During the extractions, one of the teams didn't make it out, so pretty much all operations stopped because no one gets left behind.
A team is sent in to help locate the missing squad, and eventually everyone gets back safely, with just enough time to rest up and prepare for the next patrol.
That night, we were actually out until 7 a.m. the next morning, but like I said, it's a team effort and no one gets left behind. The patrols were tough, the conditions were brutal at times, but that's what they signed up for. And again, these are all volunteers using their own money, their own time to go out and do this kind of thing.
Really fascinating, and something that we observed.
Yeah, the nicknames. So tell us about that.
So everyone uses nicknames there because they believe that they're impacting the cartel, and that makes them a target. So they all use nicknames from the moment we get into camp until the time we leave. No real names are used, nothing's posted on social media, just kind of a lot of safety measures are taken.
See, and I thought it was like a brotherhood sort of, you know.
There's a little bit of that. There's some fun stories that go with a lot of them, but I was fox and Ray was hound.
All right.
And we've got lots more coming up next week. We're going to take a night off tomorrow, but next week we're going to talk more about what law enforcement thinks about these men and women being there, as well as the impact it has on PTSD and whether or not they think a wall needs to be built.
All right. Thanks a lot, Fox.
Look forward to it. Fox.